What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage. Hope you're having a fabulous day today. In a little bit, and by a little bit I mean in about a month from the recording of this video, we are going to be getting the Saekano flat booster set. I had to make certain it was flat and not another one called Fine or something, whatever. So this is the one we are getting, and I have looked over the first set. Obviously, we never do like a set review because it dropped while we were still on hiatus. But this is just going to be kind of like a set overview of this. The only things I really remember from the first set are the blue cards, because I'm like, I want to pick up Icy Tail, which I know there's other cards in this that help support that. But we're going to go over the entire set today. Quick peek as I say that. So it's 100 cards plus like promos and stuff. So as opposed to like, there's a set we're going to be getting, or... Oh, I think it is the Bang Dream 5th anniversary has like 120 or some shit. But that is coming up very soon as well for me to do a little recording on. But we are going to be looking at this, and like I said, we're getting this May 5th, it says. So Cinco de Mayo, yeah. Ole. Let's, before we offend any more cultures, let's jump right into this. Quick shout out before we do start, we have a link to our Discord channel in the description. Feel free to join if you wish, but without further ado, let's jump right into this. So obviously we have Eriri Utaha. I don't remember he's... Oh yeah, I watched the anime for this like a long fucking time ago. So I may not remember every single card. Apologize for not remembering every single card. But we're going to I'm going to highlight the double rares and a couple of the rares, mostly because that's where a lot of the climax combos are going to be. I want to see how much the climax combos impress me. I'm going to highlight those, and then at the end of the video, we will go over, I'll look over the rest of the set, and if there anything else is of importance, or what I feel is a cool effect or of importance, I will talk about that at the end of the video. But for the most part, we're just going to highlight the double rares and maybe a couple rares. So... starting off, let's go ahead and zoom in, because that is the wiser thing to do. Because that's a lot easier to see is... There we go. That is much nicer. We're going to start off with Eriri Overcoming the Wall. Is a 1045. The resolution on this is not the best in the world. But it has... During your turn, this gains 1,000 power. And a climax combo when this attacks if... And the rivals will challenge God. Very epic sounding. Sounds like it should be a power metal song. Is in your climax zone and you have 2 or more other game characters. Look at up to 4 cards from the top of your library. Choose up to 1 game character from amongst them. Reveal it to your opponent. Put it in your hand. Discard the rest of the cards to the waiting room. Alright, typical. Just like kind of, you know, look at up the top 4. It makes you think of like, what was it? The Birdcage Diva Yukina. She gives herself an extra 1,000 power. She doesn't have to reverse. Pretty cool. So... If the climax combo is any sort of 1k1, like a choice or a spin or something, it's yellow, so let's say maybe choice. I don't know how old of a set this is. So if it's a 1k1, she gives herself 1,000, so she'll be at 55. The climax will put her at 65, and this effect for free would put her at 75. So even though she doesn't have to reverse, she can get fairly sizable even before like back row assist and stuff. So... Okay, pretty cool. Off to a neat little start here. I don't know like any of these cards, so it's also my reactions and stuff. Utaha and Eriri New Day is a 3-2-9-5. If Eriri Cropped Landscape and Utaha New Options are in your level zone... Oh yay, so interesting little... I guess that's considered an experience effect. It gets minus a level in your hand. So you had to have 2 specific cards... I'm actually going to check something real... Well, no, let's finish this. When it's placed on stage from hand, choose a character equal to your level or lower than your level and put it on any slot of the stage. And this gains 2k power for the turn. So she'll become an 11-5. At the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, you can pay 1 to swap another game character in your... choose one other game character in your front row center slot, specifically. Okay, stand and swap them, and then this gains 1,500 power for the turn. This would be very interesting in like a standby build. This reminds me of like Bang Dream. There was a Rimi and Kasumi, I think it was, level 3, that you could swap the positions and everything. I don't remember it getting like a 1,500 buff or anything. This is also really cool if you can early play it. Okay, so this has a couple different things. It's a neat standby target. You can early play it to get some other big cards into play that may cost that, you know, basically for free. On top, so I guess the 1500 does make up for the fact it goes back down to a 9.5. So it would become an 11k before anything else. Huh. Okay. I'm kind of liking it, but the only thing is the early play condition. Being able to play other stuff for free is really good, because if you're at level 3, you play a copy of this, and then you play like a copy of whatever climax combo you're going to drop. Okay, I mean, 2 for the price of 1. Really cool. And it's big, you can do the swapping, all that jazz. Oh, okay, so Airy Cropped Landscape is this one. We're going to go ahead and take a peek at this. And the other one was Utaha New Options. Is Utaha only yellow? We're going to take a quick look real here, because I want to see if those two are worth running. Utaha might also be red. No, Utaha's green. Or is Utaha multiple colors? Is New Options? Yeah, so Utaha has 3 colors. Okay, interesting. The first one is, it's another level 3, so that's weird. Which summons the Utaha New Options. So when this is played, you can pay 1, summon the Utaha from Waiting Room, and on attack, it gains a big buff times 1,000 times the number of your game characters. The Utaha, okay, is also a level 3 with a climax combo. So if you're primarily basing it off of those two, it looks like your play sets of level 3s are going to be this, the Edity, and the early play. Which this is a double rare, so we'll get to this one eventually. So we'll come back to this one. This will be one of the ones we showcase. But it is a climax combo thing. So apologies. That's a little bit wonky, but I guess it works. We'll see how effective that is once we get to the other. Next is Izumi Illustrator Battle. It is a 3/2/10k. When this is placed on stage from hand, heal 1. When this attacks, if Determined Confrontation is in your climax zone, you can pay 1. If so, for the turn, this gains 1,000 power and the ability up to once per turn. When damage dealt by this is cancelled, put the top card of your library in your waiting room. Deal X damage to your opponent. X is equal to the level of that card plus 2, not plus 1. Oh, it's because it's a climax combo. So you have to pay the cost for the climax combo before the damage gets canceled. I would have preferred it if it was like when the damage gets canceled, you can pay the cost. So that's interesting. I guess for doing that, you still get an extra 1,000. It's kind of interesting. So that does mean if you mill a level 3 off of this, you could potentially burn for 5, which is kind of wonky. By wonky, I say that in a good way. So, okay. Not 100% sold, but this is neat. I will say that. And that's it for the double rares in yellow. Since I pulled up 2 more, we'll just go ahead and see these. Entity Cause of Malfunction is a 001k. Experience, if that level 3 Airy Cropped Landscape is in your level zone, rest this, draw a card, and discard a card. Okay, so that does help it. And during your turn, your other game characters get a global 500. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of experience-based stuff in here. And this does have interesting synergy. Okay. The Izumi is a level 1 rare combo. The 1045, the turn, if it attacks and you have 2 or more other game characters, against 2k. So that means the climax might not be a 1k1. It might be like a stock soul. I don't know. We'll take a look. When the battle opponent becomes reversed, if Enchanting Junior Body, that explains that look she's giving, is in your climax zone, put the top 3 cards of your library in the waiting room, choose up to X game characters from your waiting room, return them to your hand. X is equal to the number of level 0 or lower characters moved to the waiting room. So if you mill 3 level 0s, you get to salvage back 3 game characters? Holy shit. That's a lot. With deck building stuff, I'm also not of the like mindset to put, okay, well, specifically level 0 or lower characters. So if you mill climaxes, that does nothing. I'm not one to cap out on like a whole bunch of level 0s. But this fits the deck builds that like to run like fucking 20 plus level zeros. Just get like a whole bunch back. So, interesting. Okay, like I'm not completely 100% sold on it. Plus, like I said, this is like just like not the deck build that I would go for if you're trying to go for as much consistency as possible. You're gonna have a lot of level zeros for this. That is it for yellow for right now. If I find anything else, well, actually, let's look at the climaxes, because we did see all 3 of the climaxes. I think maybe, I don't know. I don't think we saw pulled out broken down. That just seems like a really weird Tuesday night. Okay, Rivals Will Challenge God was the Eri. It is on a shot trigger. Yay, still shot triggers in the year of our Lord 2020. Pulled out broken down is a spin trigger. Determined Confrontation is also a shot. I wonder if this was made before choice was a thing. Yeah, there's no choice. And Enchanting Junior Body is a spin. I'm going to move that off before the FBI knocks down my door. So this might have been made before choice was a thing. Was it made before standby was a thing? I know this is an older set, but it's whatever. All right, let's get into the greens. I'm just going to grab like the first 5, and if there are more double rares after that, it's whatever. All right, so Utaha, Betrayal and Parting is the first green double rare. 00500, when your other game character attacks, this gains 1,000 power for the turn. Probably not going to be relevant. Pay 1, send this to memory. When your other character is front attacked, you can pay the cost. If you do, return that character to your hand. Memory compression is a thing, so very interesting little thing to do. Depends if like how bad you need to save the character, but this could be interesting. Eri, Growth and Separation is a 001k. Still double rare. During your turn, your other character in the front row center slot gains 1,000 power. Really cool. Brainstorm, here we go. Pay 1, rest this, mill 4 for each climax. Search your deck for a game character, add it to your hand. Okay. Another double rare, Megumi Trembling Heart. I almost said Troubling Heart, but that ain't right. 1045. If you have 2 or more other game characters, gains 1,000. So constant 55. When Girl Who Did Not Break the Flag is placed in your climax zone, I really don't remember any of these references. If you have another game character until the next end of your opponent's turn, this gains the following 2 abilities. Oh, okay. It doesn't plus you anything, but it says when this attacks, you can pay 1 to do twin drive, trigger check twice. It's a tongue twister. And when this is frontal attacks, you may return this to your hand. So it does have the bounce back effect, but this has no like plussing whatsoever. Right? I'm just double checking. You have another game. Okay. You get the abilities for free, which is nice. It doesn't have to reverse or anything. So yeah, that's about it though. I don't know. Makes me question if this might be like a bar or something, but as long as they don't do like double crit triggers, I just say they need to get rid of double crit triggers altogether. But it doesn't plus, so that is automatically a in my book. So we're getting into the rares now, so we're just going to do these last 2. Megumi First Emotions is a 001k. If you are level 1 or higher, choose a Megumi Explosion of Emotions. Maybe think of Megumin. In your waiting room, place it on the slot this was on by sacking this. Okay. Then a Brainstorm, also another search just like the other one. So this is the cheaper, probably price-wise, this will be the cheaper Brainstormer. So let's see what Megumi Explosion of Emotions is. First Emotions. Might be a different color. I don't think I saw Megumi in yellow, so let's see another color. Explosion of Emotions. I do not see. Is it blue? No, because that's all Icy Tail. Oh, Explosion of Emotion. I just didn't see it because I'm a dummy. So 102k. It's just an assist, but it's also another Brainstormer. So you could use this Brainstorm and then sack this at level 1 or higher to summon this out. Which also has a Brainstorm. Which is also a search. Mill 4 for each climax search. It's a 500 assist during your turn. At the beginning of your climax phase, if you are level 2 or higher, pay 1, send this to memory, and choose a Megumi Before Good Night in your waiting room and put it on the slot this was on. Okay, so let's the other rare that I had pulled up for green was a free 2K backup. So Megumi Before Good Night. Gonna make me pull up extra cards just because. Is it back up here? Before Good Night is a 2/1. If this, I was about to say, it's literally just like a climb. Okay, cool. It's another assist. All of your characters in front of this gives a level assist of 500. The same thing as before. Pay 1, send this to memory. Choose a Megumi New Story. Is there a card at the end of this? It's like if you have all 4 of these specific cards in your like memory, pull some weird effect out your ass. Or was Megumi New Story was let's see. Megumi New Story. Let's look. That's in red, so we're about to pull that up anyway. Girl Who Isn't Flat. Okay, so they were talking about boob sizes the whole time. So that's going to be for that one. Let's just go ahead and do that one first. And then we'll do the others because we saw that. And the Utaha were double rares. And we'll grab 2 more reds. Okay. So the new story is this. Is a 3/2 9K. The first double rare that we're going to look at. Recollection, if you have 2 or more cards in memory, on your turn, this gains 2K power. If you have 3 or more cards in memory, in battles involving this card, your opponent may not play backup. If you have 4 or more, this gains hexproof. Okay, it does gain something for having a lot more in the memory. So if you're able to pull off those a whole bunch and just kind of climb your way up, it could be very interesting. When this is placed on stage from hand or by the level 2 Megami here, you can heal 1. When the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, if resume and start the game is in your climax zone, you can pay 1 stock, and if you do, deal 2 damage to your opponent. It just seems like it's not bad. I mean, can't play backup, can't be chosen by your opponent's effects, and it's a constant 11. That's still pretty cool. But even if you don't like summon it off of climbing the ladder type thing, I mean, it's still good to do that. You're just like paying out your stock every turn to just build in. I would have. All of these are assist. Minus this was the brainstorm. If it wasn't for the fact that they're all like assist character, I guess you could do it with like just the brainstormer and pull this one out a bunch more. Because it doesn't state like 2 or more cards or 3 or more cards with different names. So even if as long as you do that with just a couple of the cards, it doesn't have to be like 1 of each for it to gain the buffs. Okay. That's interesting. I will say that is a neat little like climbing through the levels type thing. It is pretty neat. I'm not saying it's the best in the world, but I like it. It's pretty cool. Next is the Megami Girl Who Isn't Flat. It's a boob joke. The 002K. When this becomes reversed in battle, you may reveal up to 3 cards from the top of your library. If you reveal at least 1 card this way, choose up to 1 game character amongst them. Put into your hand, put the rest into your waiting room, and discard a card. Okay, pretty cool. Choose a Megami New Story in your waiting room. Return it to hand by paying 1 and sending this card to memory. So this can also go towards the X number of cards in memory effect. Because this adds it to hand. That's still pretty cool, because then you can still hardcast. So, okay. So, interesting. It's all right. And this is going back to the Utaha. The Utaha is the 3/2 10K. Looks to be another climax combo. And I know this one said this one summons off of the other area. When this is placed on stage from hand or by the effect of the area, you can heal 1. So if new route of 2 days and 3 nights is in your climax zone, and Utaha New Options is in your level zone. Okay, so if another copy of this is in your level, when this attacks, you can pay 3 stock. If so, perform the following 2 effects in any order. If not, choose one of the following 2 effects and perform it. Oh, okay, so the two effects are choose up to 3 cards in your opponent's waiting room, return them to the library, so decompress them a little bit, and the other effect is deal 1 damage. So if you have, let's see. So I don't think you. I know, so if you have the Utaha in level, you can pay 3 stock to do both effects. But I'm almost wondering if not. If not, meaning if you don't have the Utaha, I don't think you have to pay the 3 stock to pick one of the effects. It just seems a little bit like excessive to, I don't know. I don't think it's bad. It just seems like a lot. The art's nice, but okay, let's continue on about our business. And that's it for the double rares, so we're going to round out these 2 rares real quick. Utaha Investment Like Hot Water is a 0/500. When this becomes reversed in battle, put the top 2 cards of your library in the waiting room. If there is at least 1 level 2 or higher card among them, put this into your stock. When this becomes reversed, if the level of the battle opponent is 0 or lower, you may reverse that character. So a lot of on-reverse effects going off there. Really cool. Utaha Determination of 2 is the other rare. Is a 0/500. Climax combo. When this is placed from hand to the stage, you may pay the cost. Oh, if so, choose either the Utaha Climax combo or the Eri level 1 Climax combo by discarding one or the other and add it's a Climax swapper between 2 specific Climax names. So you, on play of this level 0, you pitch one of them and you can grab the other. Okay. Brainstorm, pay 1, rest this, mill 4 for each Climax. Salvage back a character from waiting room. Okay, cool. So it's basically it's wanting you to make a deck based off of the level 1 Eri and the level 3 Utaha we just saw. Understandable. Alright, let's go to the blues. Because these are the only ones I actually know about. Is the blue cards, because I did look into a little bit more of Icy Tail. So I'm definitely going to be picking up some of the blue cards for like the Icy Tail stuff to upgrade that. If I remember correctly, that's some lewd. If I remember correctly, there is a card in here that goes based off of the level 3 Michiru from the first set. I'll look at it in a second. But let's look at this level 0 first. And that is a 0/015. When this is placed on stage from hand, look at up to 2 cards from the top of your deck, put them on back in any order. When this is placed from hand to stage, you pay 1, pitch 1, search your deck for a game character. Drop searcher. Okay. Michiru, Evening Invitation. Was that, wait, was that the only double rare? That was the only double rare? Holy shit, hold on. That is, okay, wow. So blue is not going to be super expensive. Fuck yes. Okay. Michiru Evening Invitation, question mark. 0/003K. While on play, mill 2. It's 1,000 for every game character, whatever. And then when this becomes reversed, put on the bottom of the library. Whatever. Tokino and Echika and Ranko ban Survival Crisis. The other members of Icy's Tail. 1/04K. Okay, this is one of those. Okay. When you use an act ability, choose a character, it gains 500 power for the turn. This is only activates up to once per turn. Resonance. Pay 1, reveal the level 3 Michiru from the first set. From your hand. Rest this. Look at up to 4 cards from the top of your library, add a game character amongst them to your hand, and send the rest to waiting room. Okay. It's a little interesting that they decided to do that, but it's whatever. Michiru, Morning of the Festival, 3295. Early play if you have 2 or fewer climaxes. Dig the top of cards of your deck equal to the number of game characters on play. And when a level 2 or higher battle opponent of this becomes reversed, you can blind stock. Okay. It's okie dokie. We have another climax combo. We have Michiru, Waterside Childhood Friend, 3210K. Let's see. The climax name is also Waterside Childhood Friend. Okay, just that works. When this is placed on stage from hand, look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck, put them on top of your library in any order. Choose up to 1 of your opponent's characters, return it to their hand. Okay. When this attacks, if Waterside Childhood Friend is in your climax zone, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a game character, deal 5 damage to your opponent. Holy shit. There's no other cost to this? Like, for dealing 5 damage, you would... I guess it's because that's a high chance of canceling. But you would think for that much damage, you're like, oh, you have to reverse or have to have a full field or something. Unless it's just like a translation thing here, I don't see any other stipulations saying you have to do anything. Just, okay, cool, on attack, oh, it's a game character, burn 5. On top of, I'm assuming Waterside Childhood Friend is probably like a book or a pants anyway. You just burn, just burn 5 and then her 3 damage or something, type thing. Okay. That is it for the double rares, because there was only one fucking blue double rare. I guess we'll check the promos really quick just to see if any of them are, of interest. And then I will go through the rest of the set myself, and if I see any interesting cards, I will highlight them. But otherwise, that is the double rares, and let's continue. Let's see if I found any other interesting cards after these promos. So, Izumi new start, 500 assist, top checking when game characters get played. Okay. Aerie new start. They're all little chibis. That's kind of cute. During your turn, if all of your characters have game, this gains 2,000 power and character encore. So it's a 1045, becomes a 1065 with character encore. Okay. Pretty neat. Oh, this is funky. Okay, cool. It says 0025. When this attacks, you can pay 1, pitch 1 to search. So it's on attack, not on play. Okay. This might be a little bit neat. Utaha 1155. Okay, so if you have 2 or more other game characters, it gains 2k power and clock encore. Very interesting. I should go back to the red in a second here and see what the climaxes were. A Michiru new start 1/1 1500 backup. When you use the backup, look at the top card of your library and either put it on top or on the bottom. Okay. I want to see red real quick before we go searching other stuff and see if any of them are standby. That might date how far this set is. Because this is the Utaha one. Let's see. Okay, so we have Red Stock Soul off of Angry Face Bish. Lip Locking, Red Stock Soul. We have a Salvage, Resume and Start of the Game, which was off the Megumi that did all the climbing. And the Utaha one is also salvage. There's no standby in this. This is how old this set is. Okay. Let's continue looking through the rest of this set. Alright. Just give me 1 second to look through all this. Alright, so I did find a couple interesting little cards throughout the rest of the set. There are a couple little things here and there. Like, say, for blue, there's like a whole Icy Tail combo line off of like level 1s and 0s, just like multiple cards sharing off the same climax. But I didn't really want to showcase that. Like, it's just kind of whatever. I did find some other interesting cards though. This one is a little bit interesting. For one, this Aerie can summon more copies of itself on play. It's a 3/2/10k. On play, pay 1, search for another copy from your deck and put it on this stage. Which it has a climax combo as well, so you get to play multiple of the climax combo in one turn. When this card's damage is not canceled, if you have the climax, you can pay the cost. So if this goes through, you can pay 1, pitch 1, deal an additional damage to your opponent. I kind of like the fact that it summoned more of itself for more chances of trying to get this to go off, which is pretty cool. So I wanted to showcase that one real quick. The next is it does have a anti-change backup. It's a 2500 backup. When you use the backup, you can discard 2 cards and choose one of your opponent's characters with the level higher than their level and send it to their memory. You don't often see memory kick anti-change, mostly because that's a kind of a little bit of compression on your opponent at that point. So it really depends. If it's on a really fucking annoying card, yes, I can understand paying, like, honestly, not the worst cost for an effect to do this. It gets rid of it, so neat little card there. And the other one was, because there is like the experience effect with like the Utaha and the Aerie stuff, this particular Akane, I don't know how that rogue representative. When When this is placed from hand to stage, you can pay 1 stock, choose a card in your hand and a card in your level, and swap them. In case you aren't able to initially put the cards in your level for the experience effects, because there's several other really cool experience effects throughout the rest of the set, mostly off of like the Utaha and the Eriri. Being able to work with those and be able to make certain that you get the correct ones into play for your effects to go off, this helps work towards that, so I figured this was worth mentioning. The next is this 3-2 Eriri Wall to Overcome. I thought this was a really interesting thing. I don't often see this. For each of your other game character, it gains 500, so it becomes an 11-5. When this is placed from hand to stage, if you have 2 or more other game characters, you may choose a character in your clock and send it to memory. It heals to memory. You get to pick which card it is as well, in case you're like worried about like color locking or whatever. That's actually really cool. I don't often see heal to memory, so I thought that was neat. Then a level 0 with a climax combo. This is actually kind of neat. All of your other game characters gave 500, so just blanket 500. And then when not the same present is placed into your climax zone, choose one of your game characters. And for the turn, it gains 2,000 power. It doesn't, because it has a stock cost right here, but it doesn't say when you pay it. I'm assuming it's like on play. Pay 1 stock if you do choose one of your game characters. For the turn, it gains 2,000 power and the ability of on reverse search your deck for a game character. So it's a climax combo that can give it to any of your characters. It makes them pretty big, and that's a significant buff right there, considering it's already giving plus 500. I didn't think to look for this, but let's see what this climax actually is. Not the same present. That is this one. Okay, so it is a choose up to 1 green card in your waiting room and put it into your stock, and all your characters gain +1 soul. So, even though I don't care for that, it pays for itself. So the climax will put the stock into play. You can pay out that stock immediately and be able to give it to someone and, you know, search your deck when they reverse and everything. Assuming they're probably a level 1 or a 2 that's already pretty big, this can make them like be able to guaranteed reverse, which is pretty cool. So this one, okay, this is the only red. I think this is the only red climax combo that I thought was really neat in the set. It reminds me of the Eins from Overlord. It's a Akane Grounder to a Pro. I don't know what the fuck that means. 3-2 9k. For each of your other game characters, this gains 500 power. Climax combo. If you have the one that's the Angie face right here, which is a red card from waiting room to stock and +1 soul. At the beginning of your attack phase, you can pay 3, discard 2 cards, and sack the climax. If so, put all of your opponent's level 3 or lower characters in their waiting room. You can just nuke your opponent's whole field. I understand why this Angie face is here. It's just rage, destroy the entire field, that's just hilarious to me. Like, I know that Ions is like destroy center stage, and maybe that's up here, but I can't read the moon runes. But if this is just the climax does put 1 stock towards this total cost. So you only have to go into your climax step with 2 stock and an extra 2 cards in hand. And you could just nuke your opponent's entire fucking board. They can encore stuff back at that point, but I don't think they're going to have enough resources to pay stock or pay, you know, for 5 characters if they have a full fucking field. It's just hilarious to me, and I thought that was a neat little combo to give a little shout out to. And it was all the more appropriate due to Angie face. I thought that was great because it was a creative fight. Anyway, lastly is this Michiru Unexpected Strength, which was when this is placed on from hand to stage, you have 2 or more other game characters. You can pay 1 stock to search your library for the level 3 Michiru from the first set. There's a lot of resonance effects, and there's one right here as well. There's a lot of resonance effects in blue for the Icy Tail deck that you need to have the Michiru level 3 to be able to do the resonance. So having another card to be able to play to make certain that you get that Michiru is just a neat little extra thing to have. The resonance effect for this is at the beginning of your climax phase, reveal the Michiru. If so, for the turn, this card may side attack without soul penalty. So that is a neat little thing to be able to do. Like, you get the guarantee Michiru. It's able to pay for its own resonance ability at that point, which is just reveal. You don't have to, like, discard it. And then that puts every one of your other resonance effects for the entire deck for that is alive. So I just thought that was really cool to highlight. And there's a lot of other interesting little blue effects as well, but that was kind of the only one that really stuck out to me, as well as some of the other ones. But with that, that is it for the Saekano flat set. Yeah, I'm not overtly impressed. This is you can tell this is a much older set, even outside of not seeing stuff like choice or anything. You can tell it's older due to how a lot of the effects go, like how a lot of the effects are set up. But I did notice several characters in here, like, even though it doesn't have standby, there's characters in here that are good standby targets at level 1, at level 2, and level 3. For even though there was the level 2 one I didn't show, obviously, because that was when I decided to look over the rest of the set. So if there is one in like another set down the line, because I think there's one more Saekano set, if we get that, maybe that has it, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It's not the definitive thing. There's neat little effects in here. I would honestly laugh if someone made, like, I thought that'd be really, laugh in a funny way, if someone made like the one a deck based off of that level 3 combo, the red girl, that just blows up your opponent's entire board. I think that's hilarious. I think that would be cool to do. But for the most part, this isn't really the most impressive set, and I can't really recommend it. I say I can't recommend it, but I am going to be picking up the blue cards for, like, the Icy Tail deck. So that's the only thing I'm really going to look into, but looks like I don't have to worry about but one singular double rare, so woo, hopefully low prices. Always low prices. Always. I know that's a commercial slogan. I don't know. That's going to be it for me today. It's all right. It's not great. It's okay. I do like that it has set, like, plans. And what I mean for that is, like, it has a clear setup for, like, the cards that you want to be able to send to memory, cards that you want to be able to put in your level for experience effects. It has structure to the decks that you can make. I think that's kind of cool, and you also are going to have stuff from the first set as support to go along with a lot of that stuff, because it's all obviously it's all going to have the same trait. So it's whatever. It's not like they're doing anniversary bullshit for this. So, but with that, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you all very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you want. If not, hey, just thanks for stopping by, and good luck when this set comes out if you're going for it. I wish you the best, and peace out for now.